The 10 best places for stargazing in Houston, Texas. Houston is America's 4th largest city, but it also might be one of the most overlooked major cities in the country. Located in the southeastern part of Texas near the Gulf Coast, Houston has everything you could ever want in a city. Just ask the 2.3 million people who live there. Unfortunately, when 2.3 million people live anywhere, there's probably going to be some light pollution. That means some folks, like you, will wonder, where can I go stargazing? If you're curious about where to go stargazing in Houston, this video will give you all the info you need. When you're searching for a stargazing spot, the last thing you want is to pack up the car with all your gear, head out to a place and realize it's totally terrible due to light pollution. As such, I can't recommend anywhere in Houston for great stargazing. Within this major city, there's just no good spot where you can get a really nice view of the night sky. Stargazing spots within 1 hour of Houston. Within 1 hour, there are some great options for stargazing near Houston. You might be surprised that with a little pre-planning and the right timing for an event or star party, you don't have to spend the whole night on the road to get to a good stargazing spot. Brazos Bend State Park. Among locals, Brazos Bend State Park is generally cited as the best stargazing spot near Houston. Less than an hour's drive south of Houston, Brazos Bend is located in a more remote section of this part of the state, along the Brazos River. This doesn't mean you can fully escape the light pollution of Houston. The George Observatory. The George Observatory is actually located within Brazos Bend State Park, so it's a very good stargazing spot too. Operated by the Houston Museum of Natural Science. A fantastic museum in downtown Houston with a great planetarium, by the way. The George Observatory is open Saturdays year-round for stargazing. Sam Houston National Forest. Sam Houston National Forest is a large forested area north of Houston, about 1 hour's drive north on Interstate 45. The forest is great for hiking and exploring by day, and by night the trees help provide some relief from the city's light pollution. There are 3 camping areas in Sam Houston National Forest: Cagle, Double Lake and Stubblefield recreation areas, if you want to make an overnighter out of your stargazing trip. Rustic Oaks Park. Rustic Oaks Park makes my list of stargazing spots in Houston because it's one of 2 places that the Houston Astronomical Society holds regular community outreach events and star parties. It's located about 45 minutes southeast of Houston in the direction of Galveston, and is actually not far from Space Center Houston and Johnson Space Center, if you're planning to visit those space attractions. Check the website in advance to see when the next star party is happening here. The Village School. The Village School is the other place where regularly holds community events. Located only 30 minutes west of downtown Houston, this is one of the most accessible spots for stargazing if you can attend one of the star parties here. Stargazing spots within 2 hours of Houston. As is the case for most cities, if you're willing to drive up to 2 hours outside of Houston, your stargazing prospects improve dramatically. From state-of-the-art facilities to small towns where you can escape the lights, here are the best options if you want to make an overnight stargazing trip from Houston. SHSU Observatory. The Sam Houston State University, SHSU, Observatory is one of the best locations for stargazing in the greater Houston area. The SHSU Observatory is about a 75-minute drive from downtown Houston, making it a pretty close option for a night of stargazing. Sargent Beach. This beach is one of the most relaxing spots in the vicinity of Houston to go for some stargazing, even if it's a bit of a drive. Set up at Chamber Park along the Gulf of Mexico, the park provides camping and picnic facilities. The best months for stargazing at Sargent Beach will be the cooler ones when the humidity levels are lower and the skies are clearer. Hallettsville. While there are plenty of small Texas towns out in the state west of Houston, Hallettsville consistently comes up as one of the best spots for stargazing. This community is 113 miles from Houston and is bisected by alternate Interstate 90, so you can reach it in about 1.75 hours drive from the city. There, it's easy to take one of the country roads out away from the lights and enjoy the night sky. Davy Crockett National Forest. Forests are great spots for stargazing because the trees help block out light pollution when you're stargazing. There are campgrounds throughout the forest, which are a great option for a night of stargazing. San Luis Pass. San Luis Pass is a waterway between Galveston and San Luis Islands south of Houston. The pass is spanned by a bridge that's part of the Blue Water Highway. It takes about 90 minutes to get there from Houston, whether you approach the pass from the north or the south. The Haas Observatory. The Houston Astronomical Society's observatory is a very close second to the George Observatory when it comes to stargazing opportunities. How good is the stargazing in Houston? As mentioned above, stargazing in Houston, America's fourth largest city, is really tough. Houston is a big, sprawling metropolis with a lot of light pollution, and that makes it difficult to get a good, dark view of the night sky, even in public parks or green spaces. Best times of year to go stargazing in Houston. The best time of year for stargazing in Houston depends on what you want to see. If you're looking for the best night sky clarity, the cooler months between December and April are ideal, as there's less humidity and precipitation or cloud cover. The exception is January, where rain is a bit more common. Can you see the Milky Way in Houston? It is not possible to see the Milky Way in Houston, due to light pollution. If you're willing to head out of the city, preferably to one of the spots 2 hours away, you can see the Milky Way on a clear summer's night. Other space activities in Houston. You can't think about stargazing in Houston and not talk about the other amazing space activities you can enjoy while visiting. Space Center Houston is arguably the coolest space and science center in the world, with relics from all eras of NASA human spaceflight.